My name is Kerry Garnier and I am a stress management consultant. And tonight I thought we would talk about New Year's resolutions. So it turns out that I'm actually not a fan of the New Year's resolution. I tend to make my big changes at other times of the year, just so I don't have that, whatever it is, sort of that need to make things happen that sometimes comes around New Year's. But a lot of people do make New Year's resolutions, start new good habits that they want to keep up. And even if this is not at the new year, you might find that this tapping is applicable if you are starting something new and positive, a new routine or a new habit that you would like to keep up. So let's talk about that. It does take 21 days to create, at least 21 days, 21 to 60 days to create a new habit. And so at day 18 in the new year, if you did have a resolution that involved creating a new positive habit, I'd like to ask you how you're doing. Okay, so here are some questions I have for you. Have you kept up with this new plan? Has it been easy? Has it been hard? Have you already begun to slip? Are you feeling like you might be starting to slip? And here's a question. If you do slip, what do you do with that? Do you get right back on the horse and start again? Do you mentally beat yourself up? Do you give up? So these are great questions to ask yourself. Where are you at if you're starting something new? And how are you feeling? You might actually want to have a piece of paper and a pencil, because some things might come up in this tapping that you want to jot down some notes about. Some things might come up that you want to tap on as well to really solidify whatever you are working on. So it's a good thing to have just by your side. And with that in mind, let's get started. If you are starting something new, where are you at? How successful have you been so far in implementing this new goal? Just from a 0 to 10 scale, 10 completely successful, you're right on track, you're doing that new thing, you've got a daily practice going. And if that's you, if that's your case, then I highly suggest that you just start tapping, starting at the eyebrow, and tap in that success, right? So yay me, I've got this new habit going, really proud of it. Day 18, I'm almost through the worst part. Only takes 21 days. I've done really, really well. So it's really a great thing to tap in our successes. It's almost as important as tapping in what's not working, is to tap in what really is working. So if you're on track, yay, yay you. But if you're feeling like you're starting to slip, again, what's that number? What's your success so far? So if you're not at a 10, you're somewhere down below that. What kind of feelings are coming up with that? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling embarrassed or ashamed? Name that feeling for yourself and also check in on its 0 to 10 scale. How strong is this negative feeling? So it's great for us to know where you're starting. And that way, when you're finished doing some tapping, we check in with our feelings, we check in with the commitment to this new routine and see if there's been any shifts. Okay? So I'm going to tap, and I've got a bit of a script here to follow. I'll probably deviate off it. Love to do that. But I just want to remind you that tapping doesn't have any negative side effects other than your emotions might come up, but just keep tapping. They'll come back down. But if there's some reason it doesn't feel like the right thing to do to tap, then just, watch along and follow along. I do hope you join with the physical part and use my words. You can also change my words to be more appropriate for you, but know that even if you're using my words, you will benefit your situation and you'll be reducing your resistance to this wonderful new habit that you're creating. So here we go, starting on the side of the hand. Even though I have this great resolution, I'm already feeling like I'm beginning to slip, and I completely accept myself and how I feel. Even though I want to make this change, It's proving harder than I thought. I completely accept myself and how I feel, even though I'm already feeling like I'm starting to fail to make this change. And I'm starting to feel frustrated with myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Okay, so we're going to tap around those points. Oh, I'm already beginning to feel my resolution slip away. And this is frustrating. And it's a little bit embarrassing. I really want to make this change. Why can't I stick to this? Why is it so hard? And I have all this frustration going on. And a bit of shame at not being able to do this. And I'm acknowledging that it's not going as smoothly as I'd hoped. So why is it so hard to stick with what I'd planned? All this frustration with myself. Why can't I do this? All this embarrassment and frustration. This should be easy to do because it's not rocket science. And I just don't know why I can't stick to this change. Why it's so hard. Frustrated with myself. I want this change, but I can't seem to do it. And some shame at not being able to. Frustration and shame at already beginning to fail. Why is it so hard to stick with a plan? A part of me wants to sabotage this new way of being. And I wonder why. What do I gain by sabotaging this new behavior? How is it keeping me safe to not start this new behavior? All this frustration with myself and some shame at not being able to do this. Acknowledging this shame and frustration. Acknowledging that there's some fear in changing what I'm doing, even though this is something that I really want. Acknowledging that I am trying to keep myself safe somehow by not changing. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I acknowledge this might be a part of the case. And I love and accept all of me. I want to succeed in this resolution, but I'm scared I can't stick it out. Frustration that I'm already slipping. And I feel like giving up. All these negative feelings for something that is a positive change. I'm acknowledging it all. Take a couple of deep breaths there. Whew. I'm just feeling release, release. I'm just feeling all this energy that was stuck in my throat, just releasing all over the place. Hope you're getting some good release too. And how are you doing now? Check in with your numbers. When you had that number of success on this resolution, this change you're implementing, has that feeling of success changed at all? Has it gone up or gone down? And how about the negative emotions around not being successful? It's almost a practitioner's dream and a coach's dream when using EFT. If I send away a client with some homework and they come back to me and they say, oh, I couldn't do it, because then we've got something meaty to work with, and we can work with those negative emotions. And we can look at the why they may not be wanting to implement this very positive change that they want to have happening. So I'm curious to know if you had any insights as to why it's a good idea to not do it, or how you're staying safe if you don't make this change. Because it's often as often as anything else, if there's a reason to stay where we are because we're getting some sort of emotional benefit from doing that, then we may not step into this beautiful new change, even though we really want it. So if you got any insights, it's a good thing to write them down, and you can tap on that. Even though I'm now aware, blah, 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 I love and accept myself anyway. If you felt your number go down in terms of those negative emotions, so we have less of them now, we can start to tap in some positive with it. If you still feel that you're negative, your frustration's high, then I would just go back to earlier in the video and go through that again and again till those emotions do come down. And then we can start on the next round, which is wonderful. So we're still going to acknowledge that there's some negativity going on, but we're really going to introduce in more of what we want to have happening. Here we go. Back to the side of the hand. Even though a part of me still feels like I'm failing to make this change, I love and accept myself. And I'm open to calm and peace. Even though I want this resolution, but I don't know yet how to make it stick, I love and accept myself anyway. And I'm open to letting myself off the hook. Even though I feel like my resolution is slipping, I love and accept myself anyway. And I'm open to a new way of looking at this. I'm opening to possibilities that I hadn't considered before. Okay, so back to the eyebrow. A part of me still feels this resolution is slipping away, and I'm open to calm and peace. I'm open to letting myself off the hook. I really want this change, so I'm open to looking at everything in a slightly different way. I've still got some frustration going on, but I'm open to being gentle with myself. I am open to honoring myself for protecting me. I am open to knowing that I no longer need to be protected in this way, and that it is safe to begin implementing my new way of being. A part of me still doesn't know if I can do this, and I'm open to being gentle with that part and trying anyway. I'm open to taking baby steps towards my goal. This is a change that I really want. And I'm open to looking at this change in smaller, more manageable ways. I am so open to being gentle with myself right now as I work toward creating this new positive habit. I acknowledge what I've already accomplished, right? Yay me for even starting. So even though there's still a part of me that's frustrated, I'm open to keeping going. I'm open to being surprised at ways to keep going. I'm open to small chunks that I can do every day to keep going. And even if I have days when I am not on track, I'm open to forgiving myself and getting back on track. Because the most important thing is not to give up on myself. And another important thing is not to beat myself up. I'm open to being gentle and loving. I'm open to keep going. And I'm open to this being easier than I think. So take a breath there and check in. How are you feeling now? about this resolution? How are you feeling now about this positive change that you're trying to make in your life? So hopefully that helped. I know it really helped me because I have, I didn't, it's funny. I said I didn't make a New Year's resolution, but I did start a new positive habit, and I'm about 2 weeks in, and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't need to do my new thing today. And so just by tapping on it now and really acknowledging that there are reasons why I don't have it as a daily habit, and those are things that are keeping me safe. But now I've sort of tapped it through and gone, no, this is a good daily habit I want to get into, and I can keep going. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing, amazing evening. I look forward to seeing you next week live in the forum. Take care. Bye-bye.